Hi, I'm Mallory Brooke, makeup artist and content creator here on YouTube, and today we are doing a foundation face-off of the MAC Studio Fix Fluid Original Foundation and the MAC Studio Radiance Serum Powered Foundation. Go ahead, let me know which foundation you think is going to wear the best and look the best by the end of the day. Now, I recently did a full review of the MAC Studio Radiance Serum Powered Foundation. So if you would like to see a full review, breakdown, all-day wear test of this foundation applied in 2 different ways, I will link that review below. But I did mention in that video that I really wanted to do my foundation face-off with the MAC Studio Fix Fluid Foundation versus the Studio Radiance because they sound pretty similar when MAC is describing them, but there are a few differences. MAC Studio Fix Fluid has an SPF of 15 and MAC Studio Radiance has no SPF. Let's do a rundown and a refresher of what MAC Studio Fix Foundation claims are. It claims a 24-hour wear, creaseless, doesn't sink into pores, it's oil-free, so it's not supposed to break you out, but it's supposed to also provide moisture all day. Also not supposed to settle into fine lines. I am 35, so that is now a concern. It says it's sweat and humidity resistant, so I will be putting this through the sweat test of my workout today, which is leg day. You get 1 fluid ounce for $42, and this is also supposed to have a natural matte finish. MAC Studio Radiance Serum Powered Foundation is supposed to be a foundation that is powered by skincare ingredients. Again, I will go ahead and link that full review below if you are interested, but this does not have an SPF at all. It is $46 for 1 fluid ounce. MAC Studio Radiance claims waterproof and resistant proof in all of these things, where this is just sweat and humidity proof. So I noticed when I apply the MAC Studio Radiance foundation with a sponge, I get a glowy finish, and with a brush, I get a full matte finish. So I'm going to apply both of these foundations with 2 different Beauty Blender Pros because I do have dry skin and I prefer a little bit of a glowy finish right now for my skin, especially I'm having a little bit of a breakout here because I was exposed to gluten on a recent road trip, which is honestly to be expected at this point. So I have a little bit of a breakout rash, honestly, on my forehead because I do have celiac disease, and when gluten is not good for you when you have celiac. Self-explanatory. So I'm going to apply both foundations on either side of my face using the Beauty Blender Pro, and I am going to take you throughout my day, before the workout, in natural light, post-workout, and end of the night, since both of these claim such long wear. Let's see which one wins. So to the left side of my face, I'm going to apply the MAC Studio Radiance Serum Powered Foundation. What if I did apply both foundations? You know what I mean? Like with both beauty blenders. Let's try it. All right, this is the shade NC 14.5, and then in Studio Fix Fluid, I have the shade NC 15, which is my normal shade in MAC. And start blending out the Studio Radiance. I am very now familiar, I feel like, with both foundations. MAC Studio Fix Fluid is definitely a kind of staple in a lot of people's kits, as well as their own makeup arsenal, personal makeup arsenal. MAC just has some classic foundations. I do feel, and I haven't used it in a while, since I do test a lot of products, I do get breakouts and I go, ooh, it must be that product, or ooh, it must be this product or whatnot. So I'm excited to see if Studio Fluid breaks me out or not today. Now, different beauty blender. If you want the Studio Radiance to be a matte finish, all you gotta do is use a brush. It is so wild. And we'll also be able to see the difference in the shade 14.5 and the shade NC 15, which I'm really excited about, honestly. So when I have little rashes from my autoimmune issues and stuff, I do prefer to reflect some light with a glowier finish, because when you have a little breakout and you go satin to matte, girl, it shows the texture so bad. All right, I'm picking up the Studio Radiance Beauty Blender. Oopsie, I have a little foundation on it. And I'm just gonna press this into my skin a little further. All right, I feel like NC 14.5, this is the other beauty blender, just so you know I'm not mixing foundations. I feel like NC 14.5 actually might be a little bit darker. Let me know in the comments what you think. So this is MAC Studio Radiance NC 14.5, and this is MAC Studio Fix in NC 15, which is my normal shade. And I feel like the NC 15 is a little bit lighter, but I'm definitely getting more light reflection. I need to blend to this side a little bit more. The Studio Radiance, and I'm definitely getting a natural matte finish on the MAC Studio Fluid. They sounded the same, like I said, except for Studio Radiance, transfer proof, waterproof, all that. There's a little more proofs in there, but as far as like, you know, the way it's supposed to wear, and also more skincare, the way it's supposed to wear, they sounded so similar. So I'm so excited to see how these wear throughout the day. I'm gonna go ahead and apply the rest of my makeup, and we'll see what this looks like in natural light as well coming up here in a second. All right, we are back. I have done some other work. It's been a couple of hours, and just a refresher, on the left side of my face is the MAC Studio Radiance Serum Powered Foundation, and on the right is the MAC Studio Fix Fluid Foundation SPF 15. We have the shade NC 14.5 over here and the shade NC 15 over here, and honestly, after both settled down, the shades are extremely similar. I feel like NC 14.5 is a little bit darker still, but you guys will have to let me know what you think on your end of it. I feel like the NC 15 is still a little bit lighter, maybe a little less yellow. But really quickly, I have to say the only area that I powdered is my concealer. Everything else is this foundation. And then I have highlight on the tops of my cheeks, nowhere else, just on the tops of my cheeks, and nothing is powdered. So for instance, right through here is the Studio Radiance Serum Powered Foundation on its own. And to me, it is very glowy. And then we have the Studio Fix Fluid Foundation over here, which is more of a natural matte to satin finish. I think both look beautiful, and we don't have any gathering around our nose or anything like that. I feel like both sides look really great. The finishes are just a little bit different, but again, if you want a more matte finish with the Studio Radiance, just use a brush. So let me know what you guys think, which side you prefer, or can you even tell a difference? Now there is a price difference. The MAC Studio Radiance is $46 and the MAC Studio Fix Fluid is $42, but right now the only difference I can see visually is the finish, honestly. So over here, a little bit glowier than on the right side, but that's about it. So I have one more video to film, and then I will meet you guys outside in natural lighting so we can see what these foundations look like in natural daylight without studio lighting. You guys, there is no sun today. It feels very fall out here. I haven't been outside since this morning, and it's colder than it was this morning. Okay, we're shocked. Anyway, quick reminder, the left side is the MAC Studio Radiance Serum Powered Foundation, and the right side is the Studio Fix Fluid Foundation. Here's my little celiac rash breakout. Feel like both look pretty dang good. And I used to think, what is that fuzz stuck to me? Oh, come on. I used to think that the Studio Fix Fluid broke me out, but I'm not having any issues right now. Here is the Studio Radiance, both applied with the same type of beauty blender. Oh, I see a little caking here, but that could be an application. But I feel like both look great. I am about to do leg day. I was gonna do my plyo outside and everything, but girl, it rained, so we might be doing that inside. I don't know how much I'm gonna sweat, but I'm gonna put it to the test. So I will see you guys post-workout. Last looks, not too bad. Well, if you can't tell, I decided to finish my workout outside. It is currently almost 7 o'clock, and this is what we're looking at. This side is MAC Studio Radiance Serum Powered Foundation. No white freckling, no gathering. It's so dark out here. And then this side is MAC Studio Fix Fluid. I honestly feel like both sides look great. Disappointed in either side. I honestly am having a hard time telling them apart. I feel like MAC Studio Fix has a little bit more coverage and feels just a hair heavier than the Studio Radiance, but both look beautiful. I've had these on now all day, over 8 hours, and I have a little more work to do, dinner to eat, and then a little more work to do, and I will see you guys at the end of the night. Go ahead and leave me a comment which side, other than my celiac rash, my forehead, looks the best to you. Ugh, tough choice. All right, you guys, it is the end of the night, and just a quick refresher, on the left side of my face, I have the MAC Studio Radiance Serum Powered Foundation, and on the right, I have the Studio Fix Fluid. I have to say, I think that both of these foundations held up beautifully. Kind of forgot how good the classic Studio Fix Fluid was. I have not had a breakout from it or irritation, which in the past, like I said, I really thought that I had that before. Let me take my glasses off. It is currently almost 9 p.m. and the only area that I see that's like struggling is my nose, but I've had glasses on. It's been now 12-ish hours having these foundations on, right? No, 10 hours, and we've worked out. We've had a full work day. I will say this, I noticed that the MAC Studio Fix has a little bit of gathering around my nose there. The Studio Radiance is still looking beautiful and radiant in my opinion. You guys will have to let me know what you think. My breakout on my forehead doesn't look too bad. It doesn't look like it's caked with makeup or anything. This was a really interesting foundation face-off. I'm really glad that I did this because I'm definitely gonna use this foundation more often. The Studio Fix Fluid. I love the MAC Studio Radiance, so I will link my full review below so you can check that out. You guys will have to let me know, have you tried this? I've heard a lot of great things about this from you guys, but if you haven't tried this yet, you'll have to try it and let me know what you think. But if you have MAC Studio Fix just laying around, definitely pull her back out, give her a try, give her a go, because this looks good. Other than the gathering around my nose, I mean, if you're not doing a hardcore like outside workout, which it was rainy outside, like all that stuff, like imagine how good you'd look, you know what I mean? Anyway, so I hope you guys enjoyed this foundation face-off. I will link the playlist below. I've done quite a few of these now and I really, really enjoy them. So please give this video a thumbs up. If you also enjoy my foundation face-offs, I think it's a really great way to really see the difference in certain foundations that might be similar to each other and that kind of thing throughout the day. And also subscribe if you haven't already. We'd love to have you in this beautiful, wonderful, positive, unfiltered community. And I will see you guys in the next one. Let me know in the comments, what foundations should I face off next? This one was really interesting. I really like both sides. All right, I will have everything that I mentioned in the info box below, like I always say. And that is that on that. Now I'm gonna go wash my face, but pretty impressive. All right, good night, you guys.
All right.